What's good, everybody? It's your boy Elevated Chillz back again with the wicked chills for you. Today we got another scary story to tell in the dark. This scary story is titled Basket. The Basket is a scary story for kids. It is based on an old British folk tale by the name of the Headless Woman. A version of this story has appeared in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark by Alvin Schwartz as May I Carry Your Basket? Gabriel Fisher spent the evening in the pub with his dog Trotty by his side. It was just before midnight when he finished his last drink and started for home. Outside, it was a cold and frosty and as silent as a grave. He thought he saw a figure moving in the distance up ahead. As the man walked on down the road with his dog, he saw that it was a woman walking ahead of him. She was carrying a basket on her shoulder, and it was covered with a white cloth. When he caught up to her, he looked to see who it was, but it was dark and she was so bundled up against the cold, it was hard to see her face. Trotty immediately started growling at the old woman. "Good evening," Gabrielle said. "What brings you out so late?" The woman didn't answer. They walked on in silence for quite some time. Then Gabrielle said, "May I carry your basket?" Without a word, the woman took it off her shoulder and handed it to him. Very inside the basket, he heard a small voice say, "That is very nice of you," and that was followed by a heinous laughter. Gabriel was so startled that he dropped the basket on the floor immediately. The white cloth slipped off and out rolled a woman's severed head. He looked down at the head and stared directly at the woman. It is your head," he cried in horror. His dog Trotty gave a howl and fled in terror. As the woman stooped down to pick up her head, Gabrielle took off running too. The woman chased after him, holding her head in her hands. He could hear her footsteps behind him. She was gaining on him. Then he looked down and noticed something rolling along the ground beside him. It was a severed head. With a ghastly laugh, the head rolled in front of him, trying to trip him up. Gabriel managed to jump over it. He could hear the slap, slap, slap of running footsteps close behind him. Then the head sprang into the air and sank its teeth into the ankle. Gabriel screamed with pain and shook off the head. He tried to run faster, but the woman's body and her head stayed right on his tail. The head sprang into the air again and bit his other leg. He let out another blood-curdling scream and kicked the head away. Just then, and only then, Gabriel came to a small stream. With a mighty effort, he leaped across it and kept running, not daring to look back until he got home. His dog Trotty was waiting at the house when he had returned. Gabriel looked back into the darkness, but the headless woman and her severed head were long gone. Now that is one basket I wouldn't want to open up. What about you?